have much tonight other than to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day and to ask Mr. Chuck Ripley if he would come up here and distribute some awards for Human Rights Commission.
Well, let me thank Mayor Peterson and the City Council for allowing us to recognize Alex Hines tonight with the 2014 John Latch Award and the opportunity to recognize all the nominees and the wonderful work they do for our community. I'd also like to thank the City Clerk, Monica Mohan, for calling the Commission's attention to the tradition of the John Latch Award and those community members who submitted the names of our 5 nominees. People often complain that there is no good news, but all of our nominees bring with them stories of hope, persistence, and positive change that's happening in our community right now. We want to honor all the nominees for promoting the cause of human rights and thank them for promoting opportunity and human dignity in the Winona community. I just want to first describe the people we're going to be presenting certificates to, and it doesn't look like they were able to make it tonight, so I'll just describe the work they did, and then if you are here and I don't see you, feel free to come up. So the first certificate goes to the Winona County Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, or the CJCC. This council is a collection of many different offices and agencies that work together to assure a criminal justice system that is fair and just. As part of this work, the council supported the recent expansion of the Human Rights Commission's jurisdiction to include the County of Winona, which now provides an additional resource to the citizens of the county who are confronted with discrimination. The CJCC shows the goodwill of those involved in the difficult work of the criminal justice system. The next recipient is Lucinda Wichsek. Lucinda has worked in the Winona community for over 25 years, advocating for individuals with developmental disabilities. She currently works at Home and Community Options and manages the Family Resource Home, a program that brings stability to some of the most vulnerable children and their families in Winona. Lucinda also oversees the Home and Community Options Support Intervention Team, which provides stability to individuals and families at risk. We should all be grateful for the work she does in helping those most at risk. Our next recipient is Justin Green, another real community leader on several fronts. In addition to his pastoral work and community guidance through the Diocese of Winona, Justin has served on the board of several key agencies in Winona, including Winona Volunteer Services, the United Way, and Project Fine. His work has helped those on the margins of society, including immigrants and those coming out of prisons, and he's fought for the health and well-being of everyone in our community, including the underprivileged. Justin has long been a light unto the path of many Winonans, and we want to thank him for his work. Our next nominee is Kevin Kearney, who, until his recent promotion to sergeant, was the community liaison officer for the Winona Police Department. Officer Kearney has worked with a host of local agencies, ranging from the CJCC and Neighborhood Watches to the Winona HRA and the Winona Public Schools. Those of us who have had a chance to work with him know that Officer Kearney displays the true face of justice and humanity in law enforcement. He's also been a longtime member of the Human Rights Commission, and we're sorry to lose his wisdom and experience. This brings us finally to Alexander Hines. Scripture tells us that without vision, the people perish, and those of us fortunate enough to work with Alex knows what it is to meet a man of true vision. A veteran of the Air Force in the First Gulf War, Alex has served as director of the Winona State University Office of Inclusion and Diversity since 2005. In addition to his work for the university, upon his arrival in Winona, Alex immediately began working with a host of local agencies and community groups to address issues of equity and social justice. These include the Human Rights Commission itself, whose current vitality is primarily due to his vision, Project Fine, the Winona Housing and Redevelopment Authority, the Winona Public Schools, the Rochester Public Schools, the Maplewood Tutoring Program, the Winona Police Department, the CJCC, Southeast Technical College, the Winona Dakota Unity Alliance, and many, many more. Alex is an unsung hero in the community whose impact reaches far and wide. On this front, I want to introduce Sue Hang, who's going to say a few more words about Alex.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sue Hang. I'm a Hmong American, and a few words. I'm a returning student here at WSU. Thanks for having me here tonight. It's my pleasure, and I am honored to be here to speak on the behalf of Alex Hines. And thanks to the communities, the leaders and staffs who spent a lot of their valuable time to put this together. And congratulations to the nominees and to you, Alex. I've known Alex personally since 2005. I was able to connect with him instantly because of his desire to lead and teach young adults like me and the community about diversity. I was moved by how much he cares about what he does, advocating for people who are being discriminated through education and creating an inclusive community. He came to Winona for several reasons, but for me, the main reasons why Alex came here was because, excuse me, a little nervous, because he knew that there are people like me who needed guidance throughout life. Alex believed in people, in the community, and about second chance. When I don't believe in myself, I know that he does. That's why I am so happy to be a part of his life. He gives me hopes, and every time I am with him, I know he has my back. He is an adder and a multiplier to me, to many students around campus and the community. Thanks, Alex, for being a great person to me and the community. I can't thank you enough, and the things you have done sometimes go unnoticed. But you know, and the Creator knows, and the people who love you knows. I love you, and thanks for this opportunity to be here tonight.
Thank you very much, Sue. And so, given his leadership and his commitment to human rights, it's my honor and privilege to present the 2014 John Latch Award to Alexander Hines. Thank you all.
City Manager?
Just a quick update. We have received 790 requests for utility reductions. So far, of that amount, 190 of those are for frozen service lines. So we're still within the estimate that we had come up with originally when we proposed the program. We have only a couple weeks now for people to request a utility reduction. All calls and requests need to be in by April 1st. That's all.
All right, thank you. Roll call?
Mayor Peterson.
Here.
Councilman Thurley.
Here.
Craig. Alexander. Here. Iden.
Here.
Borzakowski.
Here.
Double.
Here.
Under the petitions, requests, and communications, item 3.1 is a request by the Winona Fire Union IAFF 575 to host a 5K on April 19th.
Move to approve that request.
Second.
Motion by George, seconded by Michelle. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 3.2 is a request by the Midwest Music Fest for their annual event, April 24th through 26th.
So moved.
I would second that.
Motion by Paul, seconded by Pam. Discussion?
Just to comment, the agenda item refers to Dibs Cafe. Is that still going to be a place where things will happen, or is there another location to take its place?
Parker, you want to step to the podium,
Oh,
state your
okay.
name?
I'm Parker Forcell,
Yes.
and I'm the Managing Director, Midwest Music Fest. Live at 514 Gould Street. We are going to be using Dibs, the area up above. It doesn't seem that the building might be selling, but we're working with the new owner, and it probably won't have gone through by that time. So we do have an agreement with the woman that owns the building right now to still use that venue space.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 3.3 is a request for street closures by the Winona Main Street Program for the Touch a Truck event on Saturday, May 17th.
I move to approve that request.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Paul. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 3.4 is an appointment to the Human Rights Commission of Nicholas Guy.
Move to approve that appointment?
Second.
Motion by George, seconded by Michelle. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 3.5 is a request by the Winona ORC to hold a 5K Starlight Stroll on Friday, November 7th.
I move to approve that request.
I'd second that.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Pam. Discussion, questions? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 3.6 is a request to hold a parade by the Lake Winona Manor on June 10th.
Move to approve that request.
Second.
Motion by George, seconded by Michelle. Discussion? It's a wonderful parade. If you've never been to it, I had a chance last year to be in it, and it's a lot of fun. We'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Under new business, item 5.1 is the final plat for the Cobblestone Creek First Revision subdivision.
I would move to approve the attached resolution.
I would second that.
Motion by George, seconded by Pam. Discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 5.2 is the Winona Senior Advocacy Grant Agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Paul, seconded by Michelle. Discussion?
Just to comment, it's a wonderful program, and I think people really use it and appreciate it. And obviously, I'll support the grant application.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Passes.
Item 5.3 is the Frozen River Film Festival lease agreement for use of a room in the Masonic Temple.
Move to approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion by George, seconded by Michelle. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Item 5.4 is the request for the utility fee reduction for Stephen and Sarah Titus at 64 Oakwood Court. And Mrs. Titus is here if you have questions.
Is there, George?
Yes, I just have a question here, Mrs. Have you turned this utility bill into your insurance company?
We are doing that at this time. So we do have homeowners insurance, and we are working on the claim. And it is unclear right now as to whether it will be covered by the claim, by the insurance.
When I read your letter, my heart broke. It was a horrible experience. I called my insurance agent just because I got curious after
Right.
reading
Right.
that, and I was told that my homeowner's insurance would cover the water bill. Now, there's different policies, I know, but
Right. And we're hopeful too, and I would like you to know that we're working with our insurance agent, and at his suggestion, we're here as well. So, so that you know that we're talking to the insurance as well as here talking to you.
okay.
Yeah, and I did exactly the same thing. I called my insurance agent because of the unfortunate accident, and mine told me the same thing, that our insurance would be covered. A question I have is that if we approve this, is it premature?
Well, it sounds to me like it might be premature. I guess I'd like to know whether or not it's even necessary based on your insurance
Right,
carrier's
well,
answer.
I wish I could tell you that we have a date when the claim will be settled, but I don't have that date. And it's in process. And it's complicated by the fact that the adjuster lives in Minneapolis. And so they have to, it's not just an easy come out to Valley Oaks and take a look at the property kind of thing. So I certainly would make every effort to keep you updated as to what information we receive from the insurance company.
George?
Mayor, I would move that we table this issue until, you find out from your insurance company and then, come back to us with information on it.
Sure.
And can I-
Because there's no way we could act tonight because, once you find out from your insurance company, so.
So I guess it's been motion's been to table.
That's-
There's no second, though.
And what I was
Do
just
we need
gonna
a second?
ask for a friendly
We need a
amendment.
second.
Can I
Okay.
do
Is
a
there a
friendly
second to the
amendment?
motion first?
I'll second it, and then can I
Okay.
do
Then
a
there's no
friendly
discussion.
amendment?
No discussion?
Yeah, no,
Table.
there's no discussion, so.
Sorry.
Actually, we should.
Okay.
Can I make a resolution that they not be assessed any late fees until it comes back?
You can't discuss the table.
Okay.
When
Come
you
back to
find
us.
out, just come back, so.
Yeah.
We have to vote?
Oh, we need to vote, okay. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Item 5.5 is the council request to allocate funds for the storm sewer pump replacement.
I would so move to approve the attached resolution for the pump replacement.
I'll second that.
Motion by George, seconded by Al. Any discussion? George?
Yeah, Keith, can you just kind of give us a little more in-depth information on this?
Sure, Mayor and Council, we have a number of large pumping stations throughout the flood control project. The one we're talking about tonight is the final one, but next to the wastewater plant that controls the level of the water in Lake Winona. And that has a system of 3 large pumps. And as mentioned in my memo, typically one pump handles everything that happens out there. Occasionally, when you have water's high in the river and you get a large storm event, then a second pump kicks in. In reality, there's 3 pumps in this facility, which is designed as a backup to one of them is a backup to the other pumps. We cycle through them to make sure they have similar wear on each of the pumps. This particular pump has been repaired before. The large bowl at the bottom has been put back together, and it's now leaking again. Water's got inside of it. I guess it is fixable, but not cost effective to fix it. It's old, it's had water in it, it's been fixed once before. We'd like to replace it and make sure the flood control system is at its peak condition.
Yeah?
So you said it was old, in other words, there's no manufacturer's warranty or any kind of a guarantee?
Not anymore, no.
And this wasn't noticed when the gates were replaced?
Nope, this is something they've knew something was going on before, but it was not knowing how severe it was. They actually pulled this thing out, took the whole pumping system out, and had it in and evaluated, and that's when they discovered how severe the damage was.
Okay. And according to your memo, we have the funds in our dike construction
I
budget
asked
to do that.
Mary Berkner if we did,
Okay.
she said that was fine.
Good.
Other questions? George?
Where is this pump located specifically, Keith?
Right within the wastewater plant,
Okay.
fenced-in area.
Okay.
You follow the ditch, it's on the ditch just as you go by the wastewater plant.
Okay.
Other questions?
Thank you.
Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried.
And we are to 7.1 council concerns.
We'll start with George.
Thank you. It's been kind of brought to my attention today, and I believe the mayor's as well too, is we had another problem down at the intersection of Broadway and Mankato in regards to school crossings. A child was almost hit, so I know there was a memo sent out to the police chief. So I'm urging everyone, who's driving in that area, that these crossing guards mean you need to stop. and it's a very serious fine if you do not obey those crossing signs. So like I say, just a reminder, I know we had this problem about a year ago in the spring of the year, and police was on duty down there, and we did get a handle on it at that particular time. So just be aware, you're driving around WK school, any school, the crossing guard is the stop sign as well as the one that's there, and we must obey that. So please, please pay attention to those crossing guards. Also, there's been a lot of talk in print about, you know, the Levy Park and reconstructing of the wall and tearing into the wall and things. Just to mention tonight that, you know, as this goes forth, and I just being of one person here, I would not support anything that involves in disruption of that levee wall. The wall is put in for flood protection, not only in the spring of the year, but also in the summer when we have high water. That wall is of the city of Winona's protection. And we want to know what's in that wall. Let's contact Keith, your predecessor, Bob Bullen. He can tell you how that entire wall was constructed. Now, what I don't want to hear now is, well, you know, Borzakowski's against the Levy Park plan. Borzakowski's against the committee. I am not. I'm looking at you right now. I am not against the plan or the committee. I am against any construction going on in that wall, cutting into it, anything whatsoever. So please understand that. And also, see, Mike is out here. There's a nice celebration as far as being very appreciative of the monitors that were put onto the YMCA building. One group we forgot to thank was the taxpayer. The taxpayers from the state of Minnesota did fund this project. And as we read in the paper, the article it had that these monitors may not give us the results that we're looking at. In particular, they talked about frac sand trucks, and they said it would not be a good monitor for those. But anyway, thank you to the taxpayers. Let's hope that works as construction continues to start with the bridge. It's going to get a lot of diesel fuel fumes because you're going to have heavy equipment operating there. So, we'll have to keep a close eye on that. So, happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you.
Pam?
Not tonight, thank you.
Paul?
I just wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day, and also, in conjunction with what George was saying, also beware of school buses and stop in the arms with the school buses. Because sometimes people forget those things.
Michelle's left, yeah.
I'm all by myself here on this side. Happy St. Patrick's Day to add to the other ones. Last Tuesday, March 11th, was the third anniversary of the Great East Earthquake in Japan, and that had a serious impact on our sister city, Masato. Most of, and as well the Tohoku province that they're located in, they are still continuing to recover. And they are very appreciative of all of the assistance that Winona has provided and is continuing to provide to help them recover. It's very appreciative that they're doing that. And in conjunction with our sister city group, the Winona Masato Friendship Association, that's the group that's sending students to Masato in April, including Councilperson Alexander, is going to have a pancake breakfast on Sunday, March 30th at the Elks in Goodview, and that starts at 8 a.m. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I just want to add, George, to your Levy Park comments, that there's going to be a public meeting on March 31st, and people certainly are encouraged to come and express their opinions about it, and that the plan that you're referring to was not the plan of the committee, but the plan submitted by the consultants, so.
Mayor,
Yeah.
just one more thing. Do we plan a public meeting on the new traffic control system in town with all the stop signs we were talking about? We have something planned where the public can come and voice their ideas on it?
Mayor and council, yes, we do intend to do some public
Okay.
outreach, yes.
Thank you.
And on to the consent agenda. There are 4 items. Approval of the minutes from March 3rd, the final adoption of an ordinance transferring land from the city to the Port Authority for the Midtown Foods expansion, a claim against the city by Karen Anderson, and a claim against the city by William Goodman.
Move to approve the consent items.
Motion by Al, second by Paul, discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'd second that.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.